Hey guys, it's Niecy
and Chad, and we've been going through the couples and a kind of a deep dive of season 12 of Married at First Sight, a Lifetime show. Let's jump right in now with Virginia and Erik.
Virginia and Erik. So, well, let's start with Erik because I think that's a little less exciting.
Erik is a pilot.
Yeah.
And he was a pilot in the Air Force, and I know that he flew fighters. Mm-hmm. So I was in the Air Force, and to be a fighter pilot, you've got to be very calm. You've got to have, problems come up. You're crashing, and you got to know how to pull yourself out of that thing. Mm-hmm. And it takes someone who stays calm under pressure.
Mm-hmm. A lot of discipline.
Yeah, that's going to be this guy. Mm-hmm. And now that he's out of the military, he's still in the reserves. He's an airline pilot. So that's even weirder because in the Air Force, you can have a hard landing and that's fine, but you don't want to do that with an airline. It's a different type of, it's even greater discipline flying for the public than it is in a fighter. So he is an extremely disciplined guy.
Mm-hmm. Easygoing, very mellow.
Right.
And we saw that he's very traditional, very family oriented. Mm-hmm. I mean, the man is 34 years old and still kind of, I don't know for sure, but it almost feels like maybe he's a little too concerned what mom and dad think at this stage in life. Because as you get older, I mean, you always want to be respectful, but when you get to a certain level where it's not about seeking approval, I would hope. Yeah. Just because, once you get married, you really do, you're going to want that supportive family, but you got to be careful about how many people end up in your bedroom at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Because sometimes support costs you something, and you got to be willing to pay that. If you're not, then it just felt like he might still need to untie some apron strings, but I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. That being said, remember, Erik is the first divorcee. Right. He was married before. Mm-hmm. He got divorced because, and remember, I mentioned earlier he was an airline pilot, so that means he's gone a lot. Mm-hmm. He's not home. He doesn't have one of those jobs where he comes home every night and puts the boots over by the door. So he's gone a lot, and he's going to need a wife who can manage that.
Mm-hmm. Right, so, and we're not sure that's what he got.
Yeah.
So Virginia, woo! I mean, cute girl, cute as a button. She seems like a sweet person, but she is not ready to settle down.
At least not from what we've seen so far.
No. In fact, she seems to think marriage is really just finding someone who's always available to go live the single life with you. Mm-hmm. She still wants to party. She still wants to do the festivals. She still drinks like a sailor. I don't know.
Doesn't like sitting at home.
Doesn't want to sit at home.
I don't know.
And she basically has suggested that, she hopes that her husband wants to do these things with her. But if he doesn't, she at least hopes that he's okay with her doing them. And listen, to a certain extent, everyone needs to get away every now and then. But it doesn't seem like an every now and then thing with Virginia. It seems like a way of life. And that is not what marriages are made of.
Right.
And as you seem to imply, he is going to be gone a lot. And he shouldn't have to worry about whether she's doing Lollapalooza and taking 12 shots.
Because he might be flying a plane that I'm on. I don't need him worried about Virginia.
We don't need him worrying about Virginia. But honey, somebody better worry about Virginia because Virginia's a lot. Yeah. Okay?
So that's going to be interesting to watch unfold.
Yeah.
I wish them the best. And maybe her problem, or I hate to say problem, maybe her issue is that she's just not found that right guy. Mm-hmm. And maybe if she found that this was the right guy, she would settle down a bit. Mm-hmm. But some settling down is definitely going to have to happen with her.
I think a lot of the drinking, because this was at the bachelorette party, and I think it was probably nerves. So, but she definitely drank more than I think anyone should drink. But, when she's sober, she wants to party. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I just think that you've got to get that out of your system before you say I do.
Right.
You've got to really sort of have those exploits and those adventures. Not saying, again, marriage doesn't have to be boring. Y'all can have fun together, but that can't be a way of life.
Mm-hmm.
If you're trying to build a life together, you've got to be more focused on relationship and household and all of these matters. And she still seems to want to, she just wants somebody who is gonna do the festivals with her and all of these things. And I don't know if Erik is that guy.
He's also 8 years older than her.
Yeah.
So, we have an age gap.
Mm-hmm. More than 8 years.
Yeah, more than 8 years.
More than double 8 years.
And sometimes I need a nap.
Because honestly, I think you got way more energy than I do.
He might need a nap every now and then, and I don't know.
But I'm kind of hoping that his, that if she is attracted to him, if they make a connection, that he can kind of, that his calming presence kind of calms her down. Yeah. He says he's got a playful side to him, a sense of humor and all these things. I just hope that it's enough that, that they are able to move close to one another enough to make it match. But I'm not 100% confident that will happen. One
more quick little fun fact about Erik especially. When he laughs, he looks like George Bush.
He does. He's got some W in him. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. I like W. I don't care what y'all say.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, he absolutely does. If the pilot thing doesn't work out, he should do impressions.
Yeah, he should. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's Virginia and Erik.
So, like, share, comment, subscribe, come back, because we're going to talk about
Paige and Chris coming up.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yep.
Can't wait to see you.